Hello there, good afternoon. It's Clarkson Commercials here in Glasgow with more vans, and this one today is a 2007, it's a 57 plate, and I looked at the logbook. It was registered in December of 2007. Fiat Ducato 100 Multijet short wheelbase van, and I'll explain all that mouthful as I go around the van. It's travelled 56,000 miles with a full service history, and there's a fully documented breakdown of all the individual jobs that have been done, and I've laid it out there. That's the paperwork for the van, and I'll show you that in a second or so. It's a 2.2 turbo diesel engine, 100 horsepower, which means it's got a fair bit of get up and go, and it's a diesel obviously. And the aim of the video here is just to show you around the van, show you all the ins and outs, and from our experience the video can do a lot more than just a photograph or two. Some handy storage there on the right hand side. Now you've no idea the number of vans that we see that come in here without shelving, and the back of it is just a mess. It's awash with tools, hard hats, protective boots, nail guns, you name it. So if you've got some storage there on the right hand side, it brings a good bit of organisation to your van, and ultimately makes you work more efficiently, and I don't think anybody can criticise that. So ply lined, other than that, as you see, a couple of coat hooks up there as well, but essentially nice, clean, fresh, well looked after condition, not something that's been used and abused, and indeed I don't think anybody wants to buy those vans. Just show you the back doors, try and keep close in with the camera. And we'll just come down the off side, which is the driver's side. Same story here, the bodywork is as close to factory condition as you could possibly ask for. There are no dings or dents at all around the body, no nasties, no little annoyances, no broken plastics or anything of the sort. And just while I remember, the spare keys are with the van as well, so it's got the spare keys too. Well, the main one is the remote locking key, and the spare one is the more sort of basic functional plastic key. MOT'd until December of this year, so it's a good long test on it. And in the cabin you've got the usual double passenger seat there in a fetching shade of orange, which certainly brightens up the cabin. Most vans tend to be grey and fairly drab inside, but that gives a ray of sunshine. And as with most vans now, the dashboards are fairly well thought out, lots of nice storage around the place, just to make life out on the road that little bit easier. And obviously you're out on the job, you're needing pencils, pens, the essential bottle of water or whatever, and there's plenty of cubby holes around for that. Driver's armrest there, as you can see, and you've also got a writing board facility, if you like, on the back of that seat when it folds down. These Fiat Ducatos tend to sit a little bit higher on the road than a Transit, so you've got a nice sort of elevated seating position. You sort of look down upon all the rest of the traffic, and you've got that nice big sort of panoramic windscreen that gives you a great view of the road. Very, very comfortable to drive, and vans in general across all the manufacturers are now of a better standard than they've ever been, and gone are the days where you felt you were driving like an awkward, difficult big van to drive. These are very, very user friendly now. So we've got the all essential MOT certificate until December of this year. There is a full service print there, starting at the service history at 11,000 miles and going up to 51,000, and that's all the individual jobs that have been done in the van and the associated costs with them. So I always say, when we've got a service history like that, it really is like an x-ray into the vehicle's past, because you can look straight into the vehicle's history, see what was done, when it was done, and that in many ways is better than a stamp in a book, because a stamp in a service book, you don't know what's been done, but by that you can see a blow by blow breakdown of everything that's been done, so it's completely transparent into the vehicle's past. Last but not least, you've got the logbook there, and which will be changed into the new keeper's name, and just registered on the 14th of December 2007. So that's us just about there. Just about showed you all that we can with the van. All the vehicles we advertise, they do go through our workshops for a very rigorous check over, and regularly we'll do things like brake pads, the odd tyre, bulbs, or whatever they need done, because all these vans have had a first life somewhere. But we bring them in, service them, do what needs done to them, MOT them if needs be, and do any little odds and ends. We deliberately don't do the tired high mileage vans because number one, they're cosmetically too rough, and number two, the best is out of them. So this is the kind of thing we buy, a nice well looked after van with a full service history. It will have gone through our workshops, and any little anomalies will have been rectified, and we sell them with a warranty. Sorry, I forgot to add that on the end. So my name's Barry, thanks for your time, thanks for bearing with us and listening to my rambling. This one, to recap, is a 2007 on a 57 plate Fiat Ducato 100 short wheelbase multi-jet van. Probably considerably larger than a standard transit. I mean, that's a direct competitor to your standard transit, but it's a fair bit bigger and a fair bit boxier than the standard transit. That's we're talking about there. But good big van, good, lots of working space in the back, ideal for 8x4 sheets or whatever. That shelving can come out if you don't need it, but it's there for the time being, obviously. And there you go, feel free to give us a call, come in, have a test drive, have a look around. Always happy to chat about vans, and thanks for watching the video, and thanks for your time.